Welcome to this special edition of AgCast. I'm Keith Sutton with Arkansas Farm Bureau, and it's my great pleasure today to be talking with Rebecca Simon. Rebecca works with the University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture Cooperative Extension Service as a program associate for early childhood and family life. We're going to talk about something that's very timely. We're going to see some heat again, and we want people to know a little bit about how to prevent heat-related illnesses when they're working on the farm or ranch.
Yes, that's right. Farmers, because of the nature of their profession, spend a lot of time outdoors in all types of weather. And so it's really important that they are aware of things that can go on in their body. They're aware of their surroundings. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about, the causes of heat-related illness.
Yes.
And usually what that is results when one or more of the body's natural cooling mechanisms fail. And so when that happens, they may experience symptoms of heat rash, or you might see that they have heat syncope. They could also experience heat exhaustion or heat stroke, or even heat cramps. And so you think about who's most at risk, and that would be the older populations, infants, individuals with certain medical conditions such as circulatory or heart problems or pregnancy, individuals who are physically unfit or overweight, individuals who just consumed alcohol or drugs, including prescription medications, because you don't think about that. You might be taking something that doesn't go well with the heat, with sunlight, and so you have to really consider that. Individuals with lower heat tolerance, a heat tolerance level, or those who have not fully acclimated to working in the heat, and individuals working in areas of high temperatures and humidity levels, which, where are we? We're in Arkansas. The humidity is wonderful, isn't it? And that's usually what causes the heat rash, is the humidity. That's something that I learned through this. And then also those workers that, do not have adequate fluid intake levels. Water is a must. You must hydrate. Don't wait until you're thirsty. And then also other who's at risk is workers completing jobs in areas that have limited airflow to help with the cooling process.
Right.
You could be in a shop that doesn't have a good ventilation system, and next thing you know, you might find yourself on the floor. Hopefully not, but you just have to be very cautious.
What are some of the symptoms of heat-related illness that we need to watch for so we know, maybe we're getting to that point we need to slow down a little bit?
All right, so with heat rash, one of the things that we talk about is that excessive sweating. So what you're going to see there is you're going to have red, blotchy skin rash, clusters of maybe pimples or small bumps. But that is a very minor thing that you can take care of. Now, if you're thinking about, heat syncope, which is fainting, you're going to experience lightheadedness, dizziness, or fainting. So that's that's a symptom of heat syncope. And then you think about heat cramps, which that's going to be whenever your legs or your stomach cramp up. You're going to have pain in your stomach, arms, or legs. That's going to probably feel like a Charlie horse if you've ever woken up with one of those in the middle of the night, where it's very painful. Now with heat exhaustion, so your skin is going to be cool, but it's going to be pale. You're going to experience dizziness, headache, cramps, nausea, sweating. Weakness, confusion is one of the things that you'll see, a symptom that you'll see, high body temperature, and hopefully not unconsciousness. So those are possible symptoms of heat exhaustion. Now with heat stroke, so you're still going to have that
bad one, right?
Yes, that's the bad one. That's the one you want to.
Problems.
Yes. So with heat stroke, you're going to have high temperature, and that might even be like 105-degree body temperature or higher. So you're going to have hot and dry skin. So as compared to the heat exhaustion, your skin's going to be hot and dry. You're going to have slurred speech, confusion, maybe even be a little angry. You might have some anger, loss of consciousness, and seizures. And so this is the one that you definitely don't want to ever experience, get to. So on a scale from 1 to 5, this is 5.
So we have to be on the lookout for other people we're working with too. And if we see these symptoms, it's time to take some kind of action. Let's talk about some of the things. What do we need to do to move beyond these problems when they occur?
Okay, so you're talking about prevention, correct?
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
so with prevention, obviously you're going to want to drink approximately, it says 8 ounces or 1 cup of water about every 15 to 30 minutes. A good rule of thumb is just packing a lunchbox with several bottles of water in it. And that's what my husband does. And then he'll start with that in the morning, and he'll fill up mid-morning with more water bottles, and just progress and do that throughout the day. You never want to wait until you're thirsty to drink water. You just want to continue to maintain that hydration in your body. You
Stay
also want,
hydrated.
yes, that's the most important thing. I even asked him, like, what would you say is the most important? He's like, obviously, he said, drink water, drink lots of it.
Absolutely.
Um, you also want to avoid caffeine, alcohol, or drugs, and large amounts of sugar because they can speed up the dehydration process. So I don't think going in and eating a piece of apple pie for lunch, dessert is going to, affect that. But just trying to stay away from those sugary and caffeine. So you also want to wear lightweight, loose clothing and light colors that reflect the sunlight. Also probably want to wear a hat as well, because we also think about sun safety. We don't want to burn our scalps because you can get melanoma on your scalp or on the top of your head. You wouldn't even think about it, but that does happen.
Yeah.
So I always, like, whenever I have
Wear
a
a hat,
nice little,
folks.
yes, wear a hat. You also want to save that strenuous work for cool times of the day. I think about whenever we get our cattle up, if we have to work them, we work them early in the morning.
Right.
You also, don't want to stress the cows out with, because it's hot for them, so you don't want to overheat them. So you want to handle the
Right.
cattle as easily as you can. But saving those high action, strenuous work for, cooler times of the day really helps. And then even if you have to wear personal protective equipment, like if you're spraying, you want to save that for times of the day that aren't as hot. It does say here to pace yourself, take 15-minute breaks in the shade every 2 hours, which it might be that you take a break in the shade every hour, but 2 hours is what's recommended. But it's just up to you and what you feel like doing, what your body's telling you. And also gradually adjust to working in the heat. You don't just want to go out there, you want to acclimate yourself to the heat.
You don't want to get out there after you've been sitting in the air watching TV all afternoon and go mow your yard at the hottest part of the day.
No, you want to save that for early or late in the day. And again, like I said before, check your prescription medicines that you're taking and
Yeah.
over-the-counter medication for any possible side effects that could happen from being out in extreme heat or sun.
All right. Well, that's a lot of good information, Rebecca. We appreciate you taking time to help us get up to speed. We don't want to see anybody have any of these heat-related problems. A lot of it's common sense, but you have to
Mhm.
really pay attention and take care of yourself and take care of your friends and workers and family as well.
Yes.